It's an open world game, so you're supposed to go out and do anything or whatever. See where that brings you. It might bring you to a place that completely screws you over, but that's just the way this game is designed. Oh, Harmonia, this is Sada. I detect that Koraidon has regained more of its original power. Should be able to climb any vertical surfaces it grabs onto while you're riding upon it. Now climb surfaces. If you press the B button while you jump and face a wall, Koraidon will grab onto it, allowing you to climb up vertical surfaces. Move in any direction you like while climbing by using the left stick. Let go of a wall, just press the B button once more. I'm relying on you to continue taking good care of Koraidon. Also, that last transition, like as we came out of the cave as it was fading through black, was right when I was in the middle of a sentence. And that would probably usually be where I cut up into a part, so... You know, I might have just screwed myself for later when I cut this up into parts, but that's a problem for future me! So I can now climb. Whee! Wow, I have to go embrace the warm embrace of bed. Happy holidays to you as well, Morris. Hope you have an awesome night there. Let's yoink. Okay, Dragon Claw. Wow. But yeah. So now we can swim and we can climb. Where are we going to now? I don't want to stay up too late. Like I said before at the beginning of this, Christmas Day is, you know, the day that I spend with my dad's side of the family. And that's going to be a decent bit out of town, so we're going to need to get up at like a semi-decent hour. And there's another weird sword thing. And drive out there. And stuff, so, you know, we got to get some decent sleep. So maybe I'll do one more. And then, we'll pull up the stake, sure. And then maybe call it a night, I don't know. Lock the dash, I don't know which is which. Just gonna do whatever the heck one. Let's put it to a vote here. Are we going to do the Dawn Fan, the crab, or the worm? What do we wanna have? The freaking weird ancient paradox thing? Crabs or worms? What would we like to be stricken with here? Huh? 3 AM for you? Well, workmate, so you always wake up at this time? Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm seeing a couple for, I'm seeing a few for Mr. Krabs. There's one for Worm. I think I'm seeing the most for Crab out here. Oh, yeah, Mr. Krabs. Can I not set this as my destination from, like, the overall thing? Oh, gosh dang it, I was just selected on it. Now I have to go find it. Okay. Here we go, so it says destination. And then we fly, like, here or something like that. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing majority crabs. We're gonna go do the crab. One of the toys that I got my Doogie for Christmas was a stuffy crab. That's the thing. That seemed to be one of the ones that she was gravitating towards. More than the others. Okay, I'm fully healed and stuff. Cool. She quite liked the crab. I don't know if it was her favorite of the bunch, but it was definitely up there. She quite liked that stuffy crab. And really quite like that cheapo stuffy that she just spent the beginning of the stream destroying. I'm quite content with that. Now her head is resting among all the stuffing. Did someone just despawn over there by the skidoo? Like, you probably can't see it all that well from there, but if I do this, you can just see stuffing all over the place that she's kind of resting her head in. She had a good time killing that stuffy. It seems like. So, alright, prepare for the lag as we switch back to, wait, this button here. I said this button here! There we go, freeze frame. The reason why it doesn't lag from the beginning screen onto the Scarlet Violet thingamabob, but it does here, is because on the beginning screen, I actually have all these images and stuff loaded in the background, but on the full cam, I don't. Because, you know, if I'm streaming any other game, I don't want it to lag as I switch to full cam as it loads all those images and stuff. So we'll just put up with there being lag as we switch from full cam to, this here. I mean, I could just uncheck the box that says, like, unload images when not showing. Just have them always be loaded in OBS. But that sounds a little bit silly. You know, just notice Diglett Senpai's new artwork. She's bathing in the blood of her enemies. Wait. Why am I up here? I'm so confused. What do you mean I can't ride Koraidon here? What do you mean bathing in the blood of her enemies? But yeah, these chests don't respawn. Oh. That's dumb. If so, what the heck is that thing? What the heck is that? Oh. Okay, that looked like a weird worm thing there. Don't worry, you hear that, but heard that the chests don't respawn. They do? Okay. Because that seems like the kind of thing that you'd think would respawn. Look at Mr. Krabs over here. Wee. Oh, I meant the dog after ripping the toy apart. Oh. I read, like, the Diglett Senpai's new artwork bathing the blood for enemies like that. Thinking that those two went together. Okay, I just unlocked the climbing ability, but climb.exe has stopped working. I guess that's because it's the rock that Klawf destroys, and that's not climbable. You are clipping into that wall right now. Is the case, yeah. I guess you can say that she is, huh? She's quite happy. She had a really, really good day today. You know, she was struggling at some points because, you know, her body's not what it used to be being, you know, 14 years old. There were a couple times that her back end wiped out in her excitement. You know, she would stumble there sometimes. But, you know, she got to unwrap a lot of things today. She had a really good time. I've recorded some videos on my phone. Maybe I'll share them in the Discord later or something, or like some snippets. I can put some photos in the Discord that I use to send stuff to myself. Some cute ones here. I'd put one in the announcements where I initially said, you know, happy holidays to everyone here. Hold on. Let me send a couple of good ones. Let's let's maybe not send it in that channel. That shows like my stream schedule kind of stuff. Here, I'll send a couple pictures to my Discord server that I use to send images just to myself and stuff. Well, gosh dang it! Discord is being weird and stuff. Here's some cute ones. There, here's a few. So let's see here. If I go to that thingamabob and I go to the Look at Him Pictures channel, I'd say she had a pretty good day earlier today. There was that shrine at the beginning that we showed during like part 1 and stuff. You know, she was she was quite happy today, you know. I got her this one like stuffy present thing, so it's like a toy that you can put other toys into, and there's like a lid and stuff. And you know, she was quite a happy doogie. And she loves unwrapping things. Like, she loves ripping things apart. Even if something wasn't for her, if you started taking, like, you know, part of wrapping paper off of something, and, like, gave her the prompt to, like, help you out, she'll gladly just go in there and, like, numb and start pulling apart and, you know, help you unwrap and stuff. She was so much fun with it. So, now there she is, completely conked out after a very fulfilling day and stuff like that. Did he, because of this stuff with the doggo there? Just do respawn. Okay. So I do in that case. So, what happens if I'm up here? Whoa, the lag. Oh, nice. 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 Yep. Cool. Well, you know how it be. Saying Klawf began eating something. Oh no. Ammonia, you found it. And that thing is a stony cliff titan? No, Klawf. How is this even pronounced? Is it just Klawf? It's got any business being that big. Is it gonna be even stronger now after eating those herbs? Let's watch ourselves, Harmonia. Well. Oh, there's a bottom of the screen bugging out. But no, it's not gonna be even bigger by just eating a thing there. That's not how eating something works. It's not an instantaneous thing. Well, I guess there was, you know, the whole gimmick of a Gen 9. Whoa! I mean Gen 8. It's looking a little rough. Shelter, it's time to serve up a helping of defeat. On the half shell is what that said, apparently. I'm floating slightly there. Guess that animation doesn't account for slopes. See you later. Yeah, I heard about that with Gimmighoul and stuff for the evolution. There's a chance that a tackle from Vivian can kill Klawf in one hit. No, I don't have tackle anymore. Well, banished to Ant-Man Quantumania, I guess. Alright, wow, so much experience. So cool. Urban's hair just ragdolled. Well. Alright, look at my little buddy coming through like a champ. These Titan Pokemon are... Yeesh. I don't like having something so tough out to get me. Bet somewhere in here there's more of that Herba Mystica the Titan was eating. Quick, let's have a look around before it comes back. Before it comes back from being tiny. Yeah, as a mon that recommends me level 16 to fight it. But by nature of being open world, it's supposed to be that you can do things in any order, and that's why I did. And now here I am, you know, annihilating things without a second thought, because it took the linear progression system and applied it to open world without any changes to said linear progression system. I'm sure there's some here too. I'm sure there is. Ha! Why does he run like that? I don't get it. I knew it. I spy Herba Mystica, you lie. I think Game Freak only finished the Klawf eating animation while other Titan Pokemon just ate it off screen. Probably. I guess so. Yeah, I know that that's what you meant there. I'm just saying that, like, yeah, and it sucks. I wish that I was getting more of a challenge. But, like, what am I supposed to do? Just, like, throw my current team and use other Dudos is the thing. I just don't like the way that Game Freak, you know, designed it here. You know, as we had a discussion earlier on the stream about applying a linear system into an open world game and stuff like that. Hello, Azzy. Yep, that's what we're doing. Many ways you can apply a progression system to an open world game of which Game Freak did not. Yeah, they took their linear progression system, scattered it all around the region, and it was like, yep, open world game. Eat up, and it worked. You know, highest selling Pokemon game there. And I'm sure the next one's gonna become the new highest selling one. Another successful search. We're on a roll. Next generation there. Now then, let's see. What does the book have to say? It says here that the sweet Herba Mystica is good for gut health and it helps aid digestion. That'll be important after the last couple atrocities you served up. That is great for stomach aches too. Or at least when you want to stimulate the whole appetite. This will definitely help Mabostiff feel even better. Come on, Harmonia. Let's get some food going. I think the only thing that people in this region know how to eat is sandwiches. And I guess some other basic things that are served in like some food places around here, but pretty much just sandwiches. Sorry to keep you waiting. Or kept you waiting, huh? Would be the more specific thing. Here you go, another of your favorite old Arvin sandwiches. That comes with a special Titan badge. Pokemon League might not recognize it, but I hope you appreciate it all the same. Yeah, I sure do, my long-haired friend. Wow, one that we actually like? Apparently. One that we're going a little bit, more crazy over. I don't know how exactly I wanted to put that into words. We looks really kawaii, that's what I was gonna say. But I wasn't sure how to phrase it. Figure this might happen. Don't worry, I made extra this time for that brood of yours. I love sandwiches. Want to give your sandwich a Koraidon? Do you? Come on out, Mabostiff. Got some for you too, bud. He held that Pokeball backwards. I'm consistently seeing like a white line appearing on the left side of the screen. You know, every time. Before it's transitioning in these things. Did he just shove that sandwich up his ass? That's it. Small bites, small bites. Nom. Ah! What have you done to me? Rhino will be able to dash now. Come on, at least bother to taste it before you swallow it right down, would you? My doogie doesn't chew that much either. Honestly, this brute seems to be benefiting from the herbs too. Well, I guess in its own sort of way. Oh yeah, before I forget, Harmonia, take another look at this. There's always a Titan Pokemon near the Herba Mystica when you find them, right? Yeah, with that white line. Like the book says, it's not like big old Pokemon just happen to like these herbs. It's actually something in the herbs that's making the Titans so big and strong. So, does that mean a Titan's lair isn't really some kind of treasure hoard or whatever? It's just a pantry where the Titan keeps its food? No. Done with your sandwich, Mabostiff? Rough? You heard that right, Harmonia? Mabostiff just woofed, right? No. Oh, no. I'm sure I heard it. You must have heard it too. Sure you don't even get your ears checked? See that? No, I wasn't just hearing things. Oh, Mad Boss Dev, who's my best bud, huh? Who's the best of boys? You are. Yes, you are. It's been so long since I heard that woof. Mad Boss Dev is definitely getting better. Ever since I teamed up with you, good things keep happening. But we still got 2 more herbs to go. Hope you'll stick it out until we're done. Alright, well, yeah, it does kind of sound like a stomach sound, you know. But it does kind of sound like, you know, Game Freak's a bit obsessed with food recently. First the curry decks, now this sandwich obsession. I guess so. What's going on there? Hello, Harmonia. This is Sada. I detect that Koraidon has regained more of its original power. You are such a stalker. It seems it will now be able to dash at high speeds while you're riding upon it. Now that you have Koraidon dash, wait, now you can have Koraidon dash ahead, I can't words today, by pressing the left stick. Watch out for trees when dashing high speeds. If you strike a tree while dashing, Pokemon lurking among the branches will fall down, allowing you to battle. So there's no button for it, it's just my move speed is increased, I guess. Please continue to take good care of Koraidon. So... it feels the same. I can dash using the left stick. I mean, maybe a little bit faster. But, like... Oh. L3? Oh, like, clicking in? Oh, it's clicking it? What the heck? Well, that's just normal Pokemon spawning in this game, and so is that. That's the way that things should be there. Clicking in the left stick. I see Game Freak loves their weird buttons. As they do. Whoa. My goodness. But that's the reason why I never understood the hype people had for open world Pokemon game. They're like 90% sure it can be good, but given Game Freak's design philosophy, it won't be. Yeah. And that's how I feel that this game pretty much turned out. But, you know, apart from the performance issues and some graphical issues and stuff, this game has been getting, like, rave reviews as, like, one of the best Pokemon games in such a long time. Because I feel like everyone is just enamored with, like, the idea of open world and stuff. And it was being like, oh my god, I could go anywhere, holy crap! You know, even if, you know, it's done in, you know, in my opinion, like, one of the worst possible ways they could have done it. But, there's that. Right stick to zoom out. Really? Really? This entire time? Okay. Well, but yeah, how was y'all Christmas? It was pretty good for me. I spent, you know, Christmas Eve with my mom's side of the family. I'm gonna be calling it a night here pretty soon because I gotta get some decent sleep to go spend time over with my dad's side of the family for Christmas Day. You know, so later today. So I probably gotta be, like, out of here in, like, 10 hours-ish. Maybe even sooner than that. So I should probably get some good sleep and stuff. So I don't think I'm gonna do any more story stuff this stream yet. I want to hear something really cute when it comes to going and spending time with my dad's side of the family. So we're gonna be going over to my aunt's place, my aunt's farm tomorrow. But it doesn't sound like my grandparents are gonna be there because they've been feeling a bit sick lately, especially my grandpa, who's been like pretty nauseous and like throwing up and stuff and just like under the weather and sick. And I had mentioned that to my Oma, and she felt really bad for him there, and she was like, oh, you know, I baked plenty of cookies for Christmas time and only brought like over so many for this gathering. I can give you a thing of cookies to take over to them, and insisted that oh my goodness, what is going on with the world? Insisted that I, you know, take a thing of cookies that she'd throw together after I'd given her a ride home there. Have I battled you before? I guess so. So there's now have a container of cookies, because after we go spend time at my aunt's place, we're gonna go over to my grandparents' place and like take them some food and stuff like that from dinner, and take them a thing of cookies that my Oma baked. That will hopefully be a nice little pick-me-up kind of thingamabob. Look, we can swim and stuff now, so there's something cute there. You know why my Wi-Fi started to die? Because you're gonna have to leave. Have fun, okie doke. Sometimes it is, sometimes it be like that. I'm gonna wrap it up here pretty soon because it's currently 1 in the morning here. 1 in the morning on Christmas Day. So, you know, it was a little bit of a shorter stream this time. But there's two reasons why I want to call it early. Is one, because, you know, gotta get some good sleep. I still want to munch some last foods, and then get some sleep. And head out for Christmas Day with my dad's side of the family. And two, is I don't want to get too carried away with doing too much story stuff before, like, hopping in with some new friendos and stuff like that. And getting, like, maybe some more art stuff done for the layout. Like, I was not planning on doing another session of this before having, like a content creator friendo to hop into it with, and some new art done on the layout. Like, this is the same art done as the last stream. So, like, we'll probably wait until, you know, there's some new cool art stuff done for the layout. And maybe we'll be able to hop in with a fellow content creator friendo for the next stream. Is the reason there. So that's why we're not going too ham today. I came to make some deliveries. I guess I'll get some poker from these guys. Though, as I was as I was chatting with family, I couldn't decide about, like, talking or chatting for what I wanted to say. And talked about how it's like, oh yeah, I can actually do the multiplayer of this now that it's patched. I heard that apparently if you do story stuff while in multiplayer, you just, like, go invisible. Apparently. Like, it basically switches to single player, despite the others still being, like, in your lobby and kind of existing and stuff. But for all intents and purposes, it basically treats it like it's single player. You know, everyone just kind of goes invisible to each other, is what I hear. So, if that's what happens, we'll find out. We'll see it firsthand. I don't know why you're getting ready to, like, punch me here or something. But yeah. Guess I delivered you a win. Yeah, sure did. Honestly, you were super skeptical and didn't recently buy the game. We're actually really enjoying it without really noticing the performance problems. So you don't know if you're just blinded by the novelty of the game, but it's better than you thought, like, gameplay-wise. And stuff, the way that I see it, as I've talked about during this stream, is there's not really much to go around doing in the world, apart from unlocking fast travel points and finding Pokemon. Which there isn't much point to do unless you have gym badges. And once you start tackling, like, the really hard stuff, it's like things are only gonna get easier from there since there's no level scaling or difficulty or anything like that. So, part of it could also just be, like, the initial fun that comes with it of exploring around, finding Pokemon, and being able to challenge oneself. But in my own experience, what I've found is, like, starts out strong and, you know, apart from, you know, it not looking all that great, starts out strong and then, like, gradually kind of goes down due to absence of level scaling and there not really being much to find out in the world. That's my personal opinion there. We'll see if that's a shared sentiment or not. To each their own, but that's the way that I found it. But when people tell me about, like, initially having, like, a whole lot of fun at the beginning, it kind of doesn't surprise me with, you know, the way that this game, like, sets itself up, you know. I'll tell you all you need to know about hiking. Rule 1, work those legs. Rule 2, work those legs. I'll just battle some people and then call it a night, I guess. You can get Palafin since you can do multiplayer. But my team was already set except for the last slot. And I already have a water type, so I probably wouldn't do that. Sure, the same. Now that you're done with the story and post-story, I feel like there isn't much else to do. Now with all the objectives done, is that just like a Sword and Shield kind of situation where it's like there's no post-game unless you shell out for expansion pass? That the post-game is locked behind. When Pokemon games back when used to have post-game just as part of their game. Okay, never played Sword and Shield. The only post-game in Sword and Shield was just the Battle Tower. And I guess shiny hunting or making competitive teams. That was pretty much it. If you want post-game in Sword and Shield, it was buy the expansion pass. And you get all sorts of post-game content like Dynamax Adventures and stuff like that. Open areas to explore with walking with your Pokemon and stuff like that. So we'll see if that's something with this game. DLC hasn't been announced for this game yet, but considering I was told earlier today that apparently people have already found ways to clip into the DLC area, and that also goes to show that the DLC isn't even going to be something fully made, like, after launch. It's something that, you know, was already partially made during the time the game launched. If the area for it already exists, it's like, oh, great, you know. I feel like a lot of the presentation of the game, enjoy the characters, how they're designed, how lively the animations make them. Yeah, I know you're a Nimona simp. Also like the school saying and being able to learn about the game while interacting with teachers and getting to learn things about their lives. Oh, I never did any of that. I should probably showcase that at some point, because, you know, showcase all the main parts of the game for these kinds of playthroughs and stuff. You call it life improvements you enjoy, and the Legendary seems to have the most character in all yet. The Legendary is probably my favorite character, honestly. DLC is gonna be in the update and just locked behind a a paywall. It'll be in your game, but you'll only access it by paying, which makes sense for multiplayer. Something like that. But yeah, I wasn't just talking. I know. I was just throwing that out. Yeah, something like that. Buying a key. Oh, I thought that was an item to pick up for a hot second. Wow, clicking in the left stick. I guess I battled you. Well, yeah, I totally wouldn't just barrel through that kid. Totally wouldn't do that. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wrap up the night here pretty soon, I think. Currently 1:10 in the morning. The doogie might be completely asleep, actually. It looks like she might be. In her little pile of stuffing. She's got some stuffing, like, you can see it on the doogie cam right in front of her chest there. She's got some stuff, like, behind her there. Got some stuff, like, in front of her. She's just, like, really, really, content. And, oh, yeah, I keep forgetting that's a button, I'm gonna be honest. She's really, really content in her pile of stuffing that she ripped out of that stuffy toy. Yeah, I don't know if she's cute, but she's pretty cool and has a huge step up from Hop and How. Perhaps your favorite rival yet. Like, I do like some of the things going for her. What I don't like is the fact that Pokemon no, maybe not Pokemon being the best example, but there's a lot of games out there that would try to do something different with established ideas. Like, one of the examples that I can draw... Oh, big stretch from her. One of the examples I can draw attention to here is the story of the Assassin's Creed games for a long time, at least. And okie doke, take care there, Stone Sloth. Where it's like they would use established ideas to do something completely new with them. Take the first Assassin's Creed game where it's like, yeah, you go out and, like, murder a bunch of targets and stuff like that, but then it turns out that your mentor is the big bad, and he has this MacGuffin, this piece of Eden, that allows him to do crazy wizard shit and, like, duplicate himself for, like, a crazy spicy boss battle. And then in Assassin's Creed 2, when you confront the final boss, he also has one of the super spicy MacGuffins, and is using that to control people. But this time, it's Ezio that has the Apple of Eden. Now, he's the one doing the crazy wizard shit of duplicating himself. And it's like, whoa! They took, like, this idea that was established as possible in the first game and used it to do, like, a complete switcheroo, you know? Like, they're doing something different with an established idea. That was really cool. And then now that it's established that these are, like, super powerful MacGuffins that, you know, are really gonna want to be sought after, that was the plot of Brotherhood. It was like, yep. And the plot is now... you know, these two factions, like, trying to obtain these artifacts and stuff like that and hold on to them. Then Revelations didn't really focus on them much at all. Same with 3. In 4, it was used as a plot device to move Edward's character forward by having it be, you know, the thing that he just wants to sell off for a quick buck, but then later changes his mind to, you know, only want to give it to someone who's gonna, you know, might not give it to someone who's gonna use it for right, give it to someone who's gonna, like, make sure that no one can, like, use it at all, pretty much, is a thing. And then from there, and then the next one, Unity, there were some things I really liked about the plot of Unity, but the use of the MacGuffin was not one of them. The MacGuffin in that one was just, like, appear at the end, just to make a spicy final boss battle. It's like, wait, isn't that what we did in the first game? And then Assassin's Creed Syndicate, it comes out of nowhere just during the final boss to make a spicy final boss, and it's like, wait, isn't that what we did in the first game and in the last game? And it starts to get, like, annoying and tiring. Pokemon Rivals, for the first couple of games, it's like, yeah, they really hate your guts, and they're gonna always try to prove themselves better than you, and you can try to surpass them and stuff like that. And then from there, they changed up the formula a little bit to being, like, more friendly kind of rivals and stuff like that. It's like, okay, we're doing something a little bit different here. In Generation 5, they had 2 different rivals that, you know, had different personality types that was kind of interesting to see. And you could say that N himself was kind of a rival of yours, and that was actually really cool the way that they handled N. That was something very different. Generation 6 just felt like a, you know, a wannabe version of, like, the multiple rivals of Gen 5. Like, I don't even remember all the characters. They felt, like, super generic there. And then, Generation 7, Hop? No, Hop. How? He just wants to be your friend, and he's gonna choose the Pokemon that you're actually strong against. Generation 8, Hop? He just wants to be your friend, and he's gonna choose the Pokemon that you have an advantage against. Generation 9, Nimona? She just wants to be your friend, and she's gonna choose the Pokemon that you have an advantage against, instead of the one that, you know, you're weak to. You know, like, there is some more depth to Nimona with, actually wanting some competition as, like, at the top and stuff like that, and wanting to see that in you. and I like and appreciate that. Oh, what's this? But still, the whole thingamabob of like, oh, I want to be good friends with you and like friendly push each other forward. We've done that for the past 2 games. I'm tired of it by now. Do something different, you know? And again, like doing something where it's like she already is the champion is a little bit different, but it just draws too much of a parallel to Hop and How, where it's like this is the same general premise we've done to the last 2 games. Like change it up a bit, you know? Is the way that I see it. So, you know, like we've done it. So, there's that. But yeah, Gen 5 was really good character-wise, but they were less competitive for you. I would disagree with, like, N, at least, for them being competitive. The other 2 rivals, sure, but N certainly could be. But he was more challenging, like, your ideas rather than your Pokemon, was the thing, which was a really interesting stance from a storytelling perspective. Yeah, Silver, more friendly rival. No, from Generation 3 and 4, not Gen 1 and 2. You know, they were all mean and stuff like that. Gen 6 rivals all had like one character trait they exploited during every combo. But yeah, with Nimona, at least they explain why she wants her to be your friend and she struggles with that, unlike the other 2 rivals, but you agree would be a good time to change. They could have absolutely kept like the character trait of Nimona of wanting to, you know, have a real challenge with you, but, you know, you're starting out with nothing, with like a basic bish level 5 starter. There's no indication to her at all that you're ever going to be able to challenge her. She just takes a random guess across any person in this region. I guess she just conveniently chose her neighbor, because she's like, oh, you're the closest person, being like, yeah, you're probably going to challenge me. And, oh, what a coincidence! It's exactly what wound up happening by her choosing you exactly to be her rival. When you're starting out with nothing, it's like, what indication would she realistically have that you would be a challenge for her? Not anyone else that's challenging, like, the league or anything like that, the gym challenge, which you hadn't even started at that point. You would think that maybe she would be trying to look for a challenge with other people that are doing the gym challenge or the league challenge, and would maybe brush you off. Be like, oh, you're not gonna give me the challenge that I'm looking for. Not really worth it. But then eventually, when the time comes that you do beat her at her full strength, she could be like, you were the one. I never saw that coming. But no, she has that faith in you from the very beginning. It would have been really cool to see you actually challenge her idea of you. She has the same idea of you throughout the entire game, that you can be the one to actually push her to her limit, and that's actually what's happening. So, a cool way that they could have avoided just doing the same wanna be your friend rival is her treating you like you're not going to be the one to challenge her, and you're constantly, you know, battling her and proving yourself that like maybe you are the one. And throughout the battles, as she starts like a new journey as well with a new star Pokemon, maybe she starts to get like some different ideas and get intrigued by you, like, huh, maybe there is some potential here, and starts to like warm up and get a bit more friendly like as time goes on. That would be a stance with a rival that we haven't seen yet, and would play perfectly into the idea of, you know, her wanting someone that challenges her, rather than having like the thing that leads up to that basically being like the same idea as Hop and How, where it's just like, yeah, they're best friends with you from the get-go, you know, is the way that I kind of see that. Feel the difference is that How and Hop just kind of simped for you and thought that you're the pinnacle of awesomeness, whereas Nimona is already awesome, just wants to build someone up who can challenge her. So at least for you, that's different enough. I feel like they could have played into that difference more to like really give us a rival that's like unlike any that we've seen before at all, like as a whole, instead of just like this one specific trait about them, you know? Oh, look at that, the like railing in front of the buildings, like the wall railing thingamabob in front of that pond. It's just, oh man, whatever. But yeah, isn't that what Blue-Green Gary was in Kanto? What, wanting to see if you can challenge them and gradually getting more confident in your ability to do that? Like, I don't think so. Not quite. Like, the original rival was just like a big jerk to you and just like, hey, you'll never stand up to me, smell you later, nerd. And then, you know, not actually wanting you to challenge them, just genuinely thinking that you can't. I think your idea is pretty good, but it might be difficult to sell if you beat her like 8 times prior, similar to how every time you defeated Silver, he acted like he trashed you. Well, maybe she is still like starting out, you know, at level 5 as well, like on a new journey, like she does in this, because she is intrigued at like following some people's journeys and seeing like who might be capable of challenging her. Maybe, I don't know. Is the thing. Or maybe you could finally experience losing in a Pokemon game proper against... What is going on with the shadows? Who just spilled, like, these coffee stains all over the world? Like, what are those even shadows of? Clouds? Certainly not clouds. Anyway. It is possible that she could always just, like, consistently wreck you throughout the plot by not, you know, resetting herself to level 5, essentially. Like, even in the final battle against her, I thought that she was going to, like, use her actual, like I guess, sort of spoilers. But she still uses the starter that she got at the beginning of the game. If she was actually going all out, wouldn't she have used the team that she would have, in theory, used against, you know, Champion Gita there, instead of the team that she developed going through this journey again, which included the starter Pokemon that you have an advantage against? It's like, huh, wasn't that Pokemon just level 5 a few days ago? Doesn't actually seem like you're going all out against me if you've been the champion for quite some time. But what do I know? What do I know about stuff and junk? Probably nothing. Whee! Alright. No, I'm a head out of here. Methinks. Actually, no, I'm gonna beat this guy up first. Take his lunch money, and then I'm out of here. So you're fighting types, right? I'll take his lunch money, and then Gonzo. You know. Is a thing. Probably give the star some EV training? Yeah, maybe there's that. Maybe there's that. Oh my goodness, look at his eyes. Challenged by Roman the Black Belt. You scare me, good sir. Genuinely. Oh, it's, okay. Interesting. Well, you love to see the amazing camera angle. Wait, so can I click it on the... Oh, I can click it on the right stick. But it doesn't go back anymore. Oh! The moment I start moving the camera around, it starts go... What? What's the point of zooming out then if it's only at this one angle? Yeah, well, gosh dang it. Well, just do that, I guess. But yeah, oh god, now that you said that the all-out against you... Wait, what? Oh, about her just, like, pulling out all the stops against reminded you how disappointing the champion battle and Elite Four was? I mean, it was challenge for me, but that's just because I bum rushed the gym challenge, and then, that was on my merry way. Sure, let's use Yusuke. Oh yeah, now that the game's patched, I could in theory evolve Ethel and put Ethel back in the party. As like the spicy evolution one. We could do. Maybe. Alright, well, how about we go ahead and freeze dry then? Why? But why though? Literally why? Why, bro? Yeah, I did the gym challenges last, but yeah, for you, it was just a disappointment. Okay. Oh, I get frozen. It sometimes briefly shows you an ice, but otherwise you just stand still to signify that you're frozen. Okay, sometimes that comes up. But come on, even in the sprite-based Pokemon games, it would show them, like, encased in ice, right? Or was that a periodic thing as well? That would just come up here and there. I don't remember. Oh, man. But I'm fairly certain it showed, like, a little sprite of ice on top of them. What was the case? Like that little orb. Whatever it was. I don't know. But yeah, blue filter in the 2D games, if you remember. Okay. Guess just shouting wasn't enough to win. Guess not. Guess it sure wasn't. Oh my goodness, it's like Phalanx, but Mankey. Okay, it's a Litleo. Whatever the heck. I pressed A over that, I swear. I swear I was. Well, I'll yoink some things around here. Like that. Yoink. Perhaps we have a different perspective outside of Silver, and perhaps N if you count him. Just never found your rivals to be particularly great, so having some more competitive like Ramona seemed noteworthy enough for you. Like, I'm definitely not saying that I ever found rivals, like, exactly great in the past. All I'm saying is I just don't want to experience the exact same thing with a rival that I've experienced before. Even if it's just, like, half of their character, you know? I still wish that I could experience something with a rival that I haven't experienced before. And I can look at it and be like, wow, that's really different and new and interesting. Instead of it just like, there was one new interesting aspect with her already being the champion, but her otherwise her personality of just like wanting to be your friend and build you up felt the exact same as Hop and How, and just felt like too recycled and stuff, you know. Was the way that I felt there. Like Bianca's rival art, she started battling just because that's what her friends were into, and eventually she found something Pokemon related that she enjoyed. Yeah, is that? swap. You could argue the same for a Hop in a way. Although, it's more so, like, wanting to be, like, his champion bro. And then finding something else that he, enjoyed. You know. Alright. Well, now it's 1:25 in the morning. I'm gonna rearrange my party into back in the order that is on the layout, because that's, like, the most satisfying there. Alright. Well, I'm gonna be heading out here. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, everyone. Just a short little stream tonight. But I'm gonna be heading out of here. I'm gonna get some good sleep. Gonna head out of town tomorrow. Well, today. You know. You know what I mean. And next time, maybe we'll have some more art done. Maybe we'll have, some other friendo on playing with us. Maybe. We shall see. But we'll find out then. So until next time, take care. And see y'all. Look how happy the doggy is. Surrounded in all the stuffing that she pulled out there. My goodness. That is one happy doggy. She had a really, really good day today. Alright, take care. See ya.